Being an influencer is a real job. We have seen this term kind of float around in our industry, especially when I first started on the brand side. People are like, this isn't going to stay. This isn't a real thing. And I am here to tell you that it is absolutely a real thing and a real job. Influencers are averaging around $162,000 a year based on a report that came from Adobe. And when you start to really understand that this is a career path, one of the ways that traditionally people learn about the careers that they want to be in are through internships and through assistant positions. Everyone wants to be an influencer, but no one's talking about this one way to become one, which is to do it through being an assistant first. That may sound a little weird and funny because oftentimes when we talk about how to be an influencer, all of the things are like how to become one, in terms of finding your niche, the platform you want to post on, how to grow, how to build community. Those are all great tips. I have taught those tips on creators on how to build their influence. But how about a different approach? How about someone who wants to get into the influencer industry by working for another influencer first, by becoming an assistant? Being an influencer assistant gives you a firsthand account of what this person does every single day so that you can even decide if this is something you want to do for yourself. So much is glamorized on social media of like being an influencer, but it's not until you get into the trenches and realize the true job that I think you can make a solid decision around this job choice. This way, being an assistant allows you to have firsthand experiences with brand collaborations, to see behind the scenes of how they work. You get to interact with clients. You get to understand social media scheduling and calendars and content and running the social media aspect of it. You get to see the admin work that goes behind being an influencer, because as an assistant, chances are you're going to be in a little bit of everything, and it really allows you to see the behind the scenes, that underbelly of what this job really is like. Unlike an internship where you're just doing it for free, you're actually, as an assistant, getting paid to learn, getting paid to understand, is this something that you want to do? Is this something that you are interested in? And you may find that you actually end up like being the assistant better. You're like, this is amazing. I actually like supporting someone. Or you're like, wait, I can totally do this. And then you go off and do it on your own. This is very, very common, right? People in the PR world, they get an assistant job and then they eventually want to be the PR executive themselves. Super common, super normal, super natural. So let's jump in to the basics. Why be an influencer assistant? One, you're going to get that hands-on experience to really deep dive into an influencer's business. Two, you're going to be able to learn behind the scenes and best of all, get paid to learn. Three, the networking opportunities. You're basically also able to go to events potentially on behalf of your creator, network, meet people in the industry. This is always great to build your own contact sheet of brands that you want to eventually work with as well. And you're just going to learn all things growth, right? This is going to help you grow your own brand by understanding what works and what doesn't for the person that you are being hired by. So what does an influencer assistant do? Some of the common areas is in the actual content creation part of it. There may be shots that you need to take, B-roll, actual editing, putting text on screen, learning the content creation element of it. From brainstorming content ideas to helping this creator with scripts, helping them get ready for the shoot day, for photo shoots, etc. So there is a content element. There's also a social media management element. Perhaps you're not responsible for helping with content, but you're going to be scheduling out the content or helping with captions or potentially thumbnail covers. You're the one that's maybe helping engage with comments or getting in the DM. Again, this is the social media management element. This is great hands-on experience too, because whether or not you want to become an influencer in the future, you have this skill set for your own page, or if you want to end up working in social media management in the future, that's something that you can bring with you. These are great transferable skills, regardless if you end up doing the influencer thing yourself or helping other agencies on this side of the spectrum. A big, huge, monumental part of being an influencer assistant is brand collaborations. Brand collaborations, brand partnerships, sponsored deals make up around 70% of an influencer's income. There's data here from Goldman Sachs that has been reported. Influencers that are making money are making them through brand deals. Okay, so this is truly how influencers are getting paid. This is probably an area that you're going to be really supporting the creator in, helping them with their pitch, understanding how to generate the brand's emails, helping them negotiate even potentially. Again, it really depends on the influencer and how involved they want you, but pitching 9 times out of 10, influencer assistants are put on because it is a revenue generating space. It's a space that the influencer can see direct ROI, like if you're able to pay your job, because they're paying you. So having you in a space that's revenue generating probably makes the most sense for them. As an influencer assistant, you may be put on some admin tasks, which just, basically can go from anything to make sure invoices are sent, to make sure the calendars are being created for social calendar content, even just making sure deadlines are being met. There's all different types of admin work that may be sent your way. And a lot of this is just to make sure that the business is running and functioning. But again, this is such great hands-on learning opportunity because you will see all the things that are required of being a successful influencer by being in there and doing the admin work for them. I have an influencer assistant that I'm actually talking to now, and she goes to events. This influencer gets invited to so many events, and this girl's like, I'm tired of going. I'm not going to go anymore, but I send my assistant to go, and I have her network and get business cards and like shoot content so that she can go meet the PR people in person. Because a lot of times at these networking events or these brand events, the PR people are there. And especially as the influencer just gets bigger and bigger, they can't go to all these events. There's literally events like every night. So oftentimes you as the assistant may find yourself in these awesome opportunities where you get to go to events on behalf of your boss, the influencer. Now, being an influencer assistant is something that you never thought of, but you're like, oh my gosh, that's something I could do. I'm interested in that. Something that we really don't ever talk about here at Sidewalker Daily is a program that we have called the Influencer Assistant Academy. We have this program, we have this course, and it is made for creators that want to learn how to be an influencer assistant. They want to have the know-how and the business skills of getting influencers as clients, how to get influencers as clients, but also the work that they need to do. I also have a lot of influencers who buy this program and they use it as a training tool when they hire an assistant. So like an influencer will hire an assistant on Upwork or somewhere and then be like, take this course because it's your training program, because it really walks you through the entire back end of how to be an influencer assistant. So I'm going to go ahead and leave a link to this program for you guys. And because you're watching this video, I'm going to go ahead and give you a code that I have not promoted anywhere else. It's going to be YouTube 100 for $100 off this program. That is because you are serious about learning the ins and outs of the influencer industry through the eyes of being an assistant. And like I said, this program is also great for influencers who want to hire assistants and use this as a training tool. That's something that you guys can do as well. When it comes to being an influencer, there are 3 areas of specialization that it takes to be a successful influencer. The first is content. Your content has to be good. So that's something that is a heavy focus in this program. The second is brand partnerships. You have to be able to make money on sponsored content. If not, you will not make money as an influencer. And the third is social media management and organization. Those are really it. When you put the social media management, content, and brand collabs all into one, that's the skill set you're going to need to learn about if you're going to want to be an influencer, regardless if you want to go the assistant route or not. One thing I do know for sure is that the influencer economy is booming. There are millions of creators globally around the world. When you take a look at this map here from the Adobe report, you're going to see that, again, there are creators everywhere, and these creators are overwhelmed and they need support. So we're seeing a big gap in the market, you guys, that there are not enough influencer assistant jobs. There's tons of VAs out there, don't get me wrong, but they don't know what influencers do. There are VAs that are running for multiple companies, but they don't get the influencer world. And that's why being an influencer assistant is so interesting, because again, you could go in as an assistant and very quickly realize, oh my God, this is my dream job. I need to do this and I'm going to learn everything I can from this person. Or you could go into it and be like, oh my gosh, I actually like being behind the scenes. I don't want to be forward facing. I want this person to be it, but I want to get involved in this industry because it's really exciting. A lot of creators want to be assistants because they can live remote. They can travel. They don't have to be living in the same city as the influencer that they're working with, right? If they are, there's benefits that come with that. Like I said, potentially going to events or shooting content together. But again, being in the is the way that you learn. And it's one of the fastest ways to learn as well. Being an influencer assistant is perfect for anyone who doesn't want that traditional 9-to-5. They like being surrounded in creativity. They like the industry. Obviously, you have to like the influencer industry. You want to be able to make your own schedule. You want flexibility in your career. You're potentially someone that is organized or that wants to get organized to understand how to truly support someone. But again, what's so cool about being an influencer assistant is that not only do you get paid to learn so you yourself can grow into this role, you could also get that hands-on approach to understanding if this is a job that you even want to do. Because like I said, it looks very glamorous, but it is a lot of work. The influencers I know are like, oh my gosh, this is so much work. So it's a great way to get in and to start your influencer journey. I hope you guys learned a lot about the influencer assistant industry. It's very new. We're not seeing enough of it. I know personally from the thousands of influencers I work with, they need you. They need the support. They need the help. I know our course can help teach you how to get there and how to become a successful assistant. But again, at the same time, learn everything it takes to become an influencer. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, like it, comment, do all the things, and I will see you in the next one.